This conference will now be recorded.
Sure.
Right, we'll start. So last concept, where did we end?
మీరు ఫస్ట్ అది చెప్పిన తర్వాత ఇది సమ్ చెప్పారు కదా
Hmm.
టోటల్ అది చెప్పిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఇంకోటి టాట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు సమ్ ఆఫ్ అని పెట్టేసి బ్రాకెట్ లో ఏ కామా బి కామా సి ఇట్లా ఇచ్చిగా మళ్ళీ ఆ మెథడ్ రావాలి.
వస్తుంది, అన్ని వస్తాయి, చూద్దాం, చూద్దాం. Okay, fine. So moving on to next concept, if statement subsetting. Okay, if statement subsetting. Weekend అప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయినట్టుంది, ఎవరు రాలే వాళ్ళ. Right. So it continues processing only those observations that meet the condition. It continues processing only the observations that meet the condition. So based on this condition only, it will store that record into your data set. Okay. So if statement subsetting, right? So now I have a data set DS1, input ID number, name, team, start weight, end weight. I have a data set DS1, input ID number, name, team, start weight, end weight. So you can see this is your data set DS1. You can see. You see, right? This is your data set DS1. So if team is equal to red, run. So if you run the program here, you can see log window. I have a data set DS2. It has 3 observations and 5 variables. It has 3 observations and 5 variables. Right. So now, how many observations are there with red? 1, 2, 3. So 3 observations are there with the category red. So it will read 3 observations into your data set DS2. Libraries, work, DS2. So this we already have learned basic, right? Whenever I'm explaining single tiling also, at the time also we have seen. So this is how we can read data into your data sets. So particular category, okay, we can read data belonging to particular category into your data sets. If then statement, what it will do? It executes this as system. Okay, it executes as statement for observations that meet specific condition. If this condition is satisfied, then next action. So if the condition is satisfied, then you can define next action. So where statement or a simple if statement is used to select only observations with a specific category. Agree, yes or no? Where team is equal to red, so it will select only team red. So if team is equal to red, it will select only team red values. Correct. So here, if you see, the next level of this concept is, if this condition is satisfied, you can perform next action. Now if then statement, you can see, right? If expression, then statement. So if data DS3, set DS1, if team is equal to red, then team is equal to 1. If team is red, then team is equal to 1. So now you can see here, just copy it. So what is the action? Next action I'm instructing as, if team is red, if your team variable is reading red, then write the value as 1. In team variable, write the value as 1. So if you just run the program here, you can see DS3 data set. So wherever it is red, it is replacing it with 1. So first row, third row, fifth row in your raw data, if you check, so first row, third row, fifth row, I have red. In place of red, you are writing the value as 1. You see the point, right? You are writing the value as 1. Likewise, I'm writing multiple conditions for multiple categories. If team is equal to red, then 1. If team is equal to yellow, 2. Green, 3. blue 4. Correct? So I'm writing this conditions here. So if team is equal to red, then team is 1. If team is equal to yellow, then team is equal to 2. If team is equal to green, 3. If team equal to blue, 4. Okay, right. So I have a data set DS3A. You can see log window. It has 9 observations and 5 variables. You see data set DS3A, it has 9 observations and 5 variables. For almost all the categories I have given, values except orange. For orange, did I give any condition here? So red, yellow, green, blue, 4 categories I have given. For orange, did I give any condition here? No, right? So it is displaying orange as it is. So it is displaying orange as it is. You see the point, right? Fine. Next, so this is my data set DS3A. Next, not only numbers, in place of numbers, you can also replace with alphabets. Not only numbers, in place of numbers, we can also replace with alphabets. If it is a number, you can straight away write. If it is an alphabet, you have to write it in inverted commas. If it is an alphabet, so you have to write it in inverted commas. So if team is equal to red, then team is equal to capital R. If team is equal to yellow, then team equal to capital Y. If team equal to green, then team equal to capital G. And blue. If you run the program DS3A data set, you can see you got red, yellow, green, blue, orange. So for orange, I did not give any condition, so it is left as it is. Raj, I really doubt wherever it is red, exactly it is reading R. Wherever it is red, it is exactly reading R, yes or no? I doubt it. So now what I am trying to do is using if then statement, I am trying to create a new variable. Using if then statement, I am trying to create a new variable. In that new variable, we are trying to enter values. Okay, if team is equal to red, then team 1 is equal to R. So it will create, if team is red, then it will create a new variable called team1. In team1, it will store the value R. So if team is equal to yellow, then it will create a new variable team1, it is L. If team is equal to green, then it will create a team1 G. If team is equal to blue, it will create a new variable team1 and it will store the value B. So if you run the program, your SAS will not throw any errors. It is absolutely fine. Using if then statement also, we can create new variables and we can compute their values. So now data set DS3A, if you see, so it is creating a new variable team1 agree, yes or no? Wherever it is red, it is showing R, yes or no? Now you can cross check it correctly. You can cross check it correctly. Wherever it is red, it is showing R, yes or no? So if you wanted to select a red category from this data set, if you wanted to select red category from this data set, go to data, click where. So what is the variable you have? Red, yellow, team. Select the team equal to. Look up distinct values. So you are looking for red. Where team equal to red. You see right on top of where team equal to red. If you click OK, it will show only red values. You see only R here, right? So likewise, you can see your data. If you wanted to cross check your data, you can do it. So you can use where clear. Right click where clear. Where clear means it will clear the condition. It will show all the data. Got the point? So likewise, also you can cross check your data. So if you wanted to create a data set, then we write a program. If you just wanted to see, so in your data step, whenever we are opening data set, you will get this data tab. In data tab, you can use where option, we can do it. So normally if you are in program editor window, here in place of data, it will show run. Notice this, Arapena? You guys notice this, yes or no? Right. So this is how it works. Next. So is this clear to everyone? Yes or no? Team1 variable is clear to everyone? Yes or no?
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, what is the difference between if then condition and replace option, sir?
Replace option is replace your data set. Replace option, it will replace your data set. If then condition, what you are doing, you are overwriting the value. If it is red, you are writing 1. If it is yellow, you are writing 2. You are overwriting the value. The replace option is to replace your data set. Here we are changing the variable value.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Right. So I want everyone to read this note. Please read this. This is important. Got it? So I have a dataset DS3C. I have a dataset DS3C. Okay. So here in this dataset, you are creating new variable for team1. So this team1 variable. So underline this point. In general, whenever we are creating a variable in a dataset, how many characters it will take? Default 8 characters default it will take, correct? So here in this case, what happens is, in this case, whenever you are creating a variable using if then statement, whatever the value you are first writing into that variable, whatever the value you are first writing into the variable, okay, so that variable value, how many characters are there, those many characters it will store into that variable. Suppose to say team1 is equal to R, capital R, I'm doing it right. So team1 is equal to capital R. So it will store only one record into your variable 1, team1. So the length of the variable it will take is only one character. Whatever the value, so first value, how many characters are there? With those number of characters, it will create length for that variable. You got the point? So now I created team1 variable. So how many characters I'm storing into this variable? One character. First value is having one character. So team1 variable will have length one character. Confusion? If suppose to say somebody has written BL, for blue I'm writing BL. If you run the program, so I did run the program. I run the program. Check your log window is fine. So DS3A, it is showing only B, not BL. The reason is whatever the value you are first entering into this variable, whatever the value you are first entering into this variable. So the first value has how many characters? One character. So it will define length of that variable as one character. If the first value has 5 characters, it will define length of the variable as 5 characters. For example, I give extra space, you see, right? I'm giving extra space here. Means 2 characters, right? It means 2 characters, right? First of all, you are entering 2 characters into this variable team1, right? So if you close the data set, if you run it again, you will see BL. You're able to see BL, yes or no? Right. So it is taking 2 character length, whatever the value you are first entering into this variable. So that value, how many characters are there? Those many characters it will apply as length to that variable. So in this case, whenever you are, you know, creating new variable. So if you wanted to define length of the variable, so I wanted to make it to 8 characters default. So how to change the length of the variable? How to assign length to a variable?
Length statement.
Using length statement. Correct. So length statement, length team1 $8 dot. So is that fine? If I run, it
Sir,
will get 8 characters. Yes, please. Team1 lo default ఎందుకు ఉంటుంది? Team1 lo we are entering only R. So here R means it is taking only 1 character, right? So now I wanted to increase length of that variable team1. So if you wanted to
sir,
increase length of team1, yes, please.
length statement before set statement రాయాలి కదా sir.
Yes, perfect. So whenever you are using length statement, one restriction I told everyone. So it should be written before set statement or it should be written before input statement. Huh? Nobody is following it. So we have to use this length statement before set statement. So if you run the program, you can see DS3A data set. So what is the order of variables in DS3A? What is the order of variables in DS3A? తెగ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నారు, నాకు అర్థమైంది. ఒక్కళ్ళు కూడా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయట్లేదు. Whenever you are using length statement, so it will first create that variable team1. It will first create that variable team1. It will assign 8 characters. So now DS3A dataset, if you see, you will see team1 variable first. Practice చేయట్లే ఎవరు? I told particularly from here what all the topics we are going to cover are very much important, and I don't see any change in you guys. You are not following it, you are not practicing it. If you are not practicing, I can't help you. I can't help you, I'm telling you. So whatever is important, my responsibility is to warn you, to make you understand the concept clear, that I'm doing it from my side, I'm giving my 100%, and rest depends upon you. If you are following, if you are practicing, so you'll get a job. If not, it's a time waste, money waste. Right. So DS3A, you can see, right, DS3A. Now length of the variable is having 8 characters. As a result, you see BL here. If you double click on variable team1, we can use length statement to do this. To assign length, we can use length statement. So is this clear to everyone, yes or no? If then else statement. If then else statement executes a SAS statement for observations that meet a specific condition. Executes a SAS statement for observations that meet a specific conditions. So data DS4, set DS1. If team is equal to red, then team is equal to 1. If team is equal to red, then team is equal to 1. Else team is equal to 2. Else team is equal to 2. Right. So now if team is red, then straight away write 1. If suppose to say I don't have else, so apart from red, whatever it is, I wanted to display it as 2, number 2. Okay, so red is some favorite color. Anyone having favorite color red? Anyone favorite of red? No one. Blue? Blue? Only 2. Okay, right. So white? White? Okay, fine. So now I have a data set DS1. You see, right here, Normally, if I have to write apart from red, rest everything should come, number 2. So red should be number 1. So apart from red, whatever the color it is, I wanted to display it as team 2. Okay. So if you have to do it, what you will do? If team is equal to red, then team is equal to 1. If team is equal to yellow, then team is equal to 2. If team is equal to green, then team is equal to 2. If team is equal to blue, then team is equal to 2. If team is equal to orange, then team is equal to 2. You have to write multiple times if then statement, correct? You have to write multiple times if then statement, correct? So to overcome this, so instead of writing these multiple categories, so we have concept called else. If this condition is satisfied, it will perform one action. If not satisfied, it will perform next action. If the condition is true, then it will make team variable as 1. Then it will make team variable as 1. Else team is equal to 2. If the first condition is satisfied, true or false. If this condition is true, then it will write team equal to 1. If it is false, it will write team is equal to 2. Suppose to say I enter new value. So this particular row will have 1 or 2. Team variable will have 1 or 2.
1.
So this row will have 1 or 2.
1, sir.
1 is a wrong answer because in SAS we are forgetting the basics, case sensitivity.
Case sensitive.
So we are forgetting the basics, guys, come on. So it is case sensitive. It will consider only small red red as a value. In wherever it is small red red, then only it will give 1. So if you run the program DS3A dataset, you see last row 1526 RRR, it is having 2 because of case sensitivity. Okay. So if you want this also to read as team 1, then you need to write a condition if low case of team is equal to red. If low case of team is equal to red, then team is equal to 1. In the mundu cheppukunnam manam idi. Low case also we have learnt. We learnt it yes or no? సగం మంది మర్చిపోయారు, ఒక్కడు కూడా ఎస్ అనట్లే. ఐ పెట్టేది వేరు. So you see, right? So team is equal to red, correct? So whenever you are applying low case function to this variable, it will convert all the values into lower case. And whenever I'm applying low case to this capital R, ed, what it will become? Small r ed red. Small r ed red equal to matching, right? So it will give the team value as 1. You see last value is 1, right? So this is how we write a conditions in real-time scenarios. So prop case marchipera, low case you guys forgot yes or no? మర్చిపోయారు నువ్వు ఒప్పుకోండి, ఎందుకు రాసుకోండి ఎప్పుడైనా. This is not there in your notes, write it down. So if you're writing in the notes, next time I can defend myself. Hey, check your notes you have written. Write down this. So this program is to handle case sensitivity. This program is to handle case sensitivity. Okay, so to handle case sensitivity, we have to write low case of team is equal to red. Okay, everyone has written? Fine. So this can be written in another way also. This can be written in another way also. If you have here capital RED red, suppose to say I have capital RED red. So this is the function. Which function we use? We use upcase. We use upcase function. Suppose to say here I have, then how you'll handle it? Prop case. Okay, so depends upon the value what you are writing here. Depends upon the value what you are writing here. So if it is having first letter capital, prop case. If it is having all small letters, low case. If it is having all capital letters, upcase. Okay, fine. So now you are clear with this concept. Next, if suppose to say, no Raj, it's not that either red or not. So I have some other colors in between. So in this case, I can use if then else. Okay, in this case, I can use if then else. Right. So if team is equal to red, then it should is 1. So now this is my data. If it is red, it should display the value 1. If it is yellow, it should display the value 2. If it is green, it should display the value 3. And if it is blue, it should display the value 4. Rest whatever it is, it should display as 5. The 4 tarvata inkedena okate. So after this 4, whatever it is, I wanted to make it as number 5 category. So now for this, so how we will write a condition is if team is equal to red. If team is equal to red. If team is equal to red, then team is equal to 1. Okay, so if this condition is satisfied, it will write the value 1. Else, so I want to have one more condition, right? If it is not red, then check if it is yellow. Red kaapothe yellow nemo chodandi. So if it is not red, please check if it is yellow. Else, if team is equal to yellow, then team is equal to 2. So if it is yellow, write it as 2. Else, if it is not red, if it is not yellow, else if team is equal to green, then team is equal to 3. Else, I don't want any other categories, else team is equal to 4. Okay, else team is equal to 4. So if I run this program, how many observations I get? 1, how many observations I get? 2, how many observations I get? 3, how many I get? 4.
సార్
Hmm.
ఇక్కడ టీమ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 4 ఒక్కడానికి ఎల్స్ పెడితే సరిపోతుంది కదా, మిగతా దానికి ఉట్టి ఇఫ్ సరిపోతుంది కదా.
ఇప్పుడు సపోజ్ టు సే వేరే ఏదైనా కండిషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఆ కేసులో మళ్ళీ రాయాలి కదా. సో అది వేరే సపోజ్ టు సే నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఇఫ్ టీమ్ ఈక్వల్ టు గ్రేటర్ దెన్ 1 ఉంది. సపోజ్ టు సే ఇఫ్ పర్సన్ ఈజ్ హ్యావింగ్ ఏజ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 50. సో అలాంటి కేసెస్లో ఇష్యూస్ వస్తాయి. సెకండ్ కండిషన్ నేను వేరే రాశాను అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఇష్యూ వస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు అంటే సేమ్ వేరియబుల్ రాస్తున్నాను కాబట్టి మీరు చెప్పిన లాజిక్ కరెక్టే. బట్ వెన్ వీఆర్ డీలింగ్ విత్ మల్టిపుల్ కండిషన్స్ కంపల్సరీ వీ హ్యావ్ టు రైట్ ఎల్స్.
సో కండిషన్ ఎలా ఉన్నా సెకండ్ నుంచి ఎల్స్ పెట్టడం బెటరా సార్?
సో హౌ మెనీ ఐ గెట్ వన్స్? వన్స్ ఎన్ని వస్తాయి? 4. 2s?
3.
2s I'll get 3.
3.
3s how many I'll get?
1.
3s I will get
0.
0. అందుకనే అందుకే అడుగుతున్నా. So 3 is 0. 4, how many we get? So we get 3. So you'll get that 0, blue, orange. So if you want to see a clear difference, so I will write a new variable team1. So if you see DS3A, 4 and 3 ochini. Green also it is showing 4, not 3, because case sensitivity. You got the point, right? Because of case sensitivity. So if I write here small g, I have to close the data set. If I run the program, you got 3 1 category. Is this clear, everyone? Yes or no? Because if I write in the same variable, it will be difficult for you to understand. So I created a new variable to make you understand this concept. Fine? Everyone are okay?
Yes, sir.
If then else output statement. If then else output. If this condition is satisfied, please store this record into a separate data set. If this condition is satisfied, please store this information into a separate data set. Okay, so I have a data set DS5. If team is red, then output DS5. So if your variable team is reading red, store that information into DS5. If it is not red, else read into DS6. So here you have to write whatever the data set names you are creating, whatever the data set names you are writing here, it should match. ఇది మనం స్టార్టింగ్ లో కూడా నేర్చుకున్నాం గుర్తుందా? if sex is equal to m then output, else sex is equal to female then output. మనం we already have learned, correct? So now if you run the program, you see if team is red, output DS5. DS5 will have all the red values. So I have 4 values with red, so 4 I am getting it. DS6 what it will do? It will read apart from red whatever the colors it is, it will read into DS6. So 6 plus 4 total 10 observations. Is right? Total 10 observations are there. 4 are reading to DS5, 6 are reading to DS6. So writing multiple conditions and storing it into multiple data sets. So DS5, DS6, DS7, DS8. Red, you see right? DS5. Team, yellow, you can see right? DS6. Green, DS7. Output, DS8. So if you see log window, it has 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, right. Five, 6, 7, 8. Okay, right. So based on this condition, it is storing that record into separate data set. If then else delete. If this condition is satisfied, simply delete it. If this condition is satisfied, simply delete it. Okay, so now if team is equal to red, then delete it. So wherever it is red, it will straight away delete it. So DS9 data set will now contain 6 observations. Agree, yes or no? Because out of 10, 4 are red. So rest 6 will come into DS9 data set. You see it, right? Clear it, everyone? Apart from red, rest all are coming into this data set. Suppose to say, here I am creating 2 data sets, DS9, DS10. If you understand from this program, I am not storing anything into DS9. Agree, yes or no? Then output and rasana nenu. I am not storing anything in DS9. So in this case, if you run the program, DS9 will be empty. You'll get a empty data set. And apart from red, if it is team red, then deleting it. If it is not red, we are storing into DS10. So DS10 will have all the values apart from red. So if you run the program here, you see DS9 is containing 0 observations because we are not outputting any record to DS9. So you see right, DS10, you can see there are 6 observations and 5 variables. Next, if then do. So you said at DS10, if team is equal to red, then do. If team is equal to red, then do. Team is equal to 1, x is equal to 10, end. So normally using if then statement, you can write one condition, correct? Using if then, I can write one condition. So if you wanted to write two conditions, if you wanted to perform two actions, so once this statement is true, after this I wanted to perform two actions, then we have to write this do. So if team is equal to red, then team is equal to 1. I think team n is equal to 1, I'll write. Okay, so x is equal to 10, x is equal to 10, but I'll write team c is equal to r. So I'm writing both character and numeric variables here. Okay, if team is equal to red, then team n means it will take the value 1. Team c means it will take the value r. So if this condition is satisfied, then it will perform these two actions. And whenever you are writing do loop, compulsory we have to end with end statement. So if you see your data set DS10, wherever it is red, you get 1 and r. You are creating two new variables. Yes or no? Yes or no? You are able to perform two actions. Once the condition is satisfied, once the condition is true, you are able to perform two actions. Agree, yes or no? Right. So that we can do with if then do concept. Whenever you are writing do, please make sure you are writing end statement. So that is a universal rule. Any software, any stuff, whenever you are writing do loop, compulsory we have to write end. Okay, శాస్త్రాన్ని కదా ఎక్కడైనా సరే any software. So I have very good connection here. So my internet speed is very high. Okay, so may not be from my side. Other guys, you guys are able to see my screen properly, yes or no?
Sir.
Unmuted.
You guys are able to see my screen, right? You guys are able to see my screen, right? That is my internet speed, 100 Mbps. 110 Mbps is my speed, so it can't be poor from my side. Okay, right. And I use LAN, not Wi-Fi. So 110% there is no chance. Okay, right.
I have
Okay.
a question.
Today. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, why did you write x is equals to 10? I'm not understanding that part.
Why is x is equal to 10 is just a sample I have given, that's it. So you
Okay.
wanted to write x is equal to 10, just a sample. So to make it much more meaningful, I made it to team C is R. Some action at random I have written there. So for you to make it much more clear, you know, I have written as a team variable numeric data type, character data type. Sub notes. Whenever I'm preparing notes at that time, I have really written some example, but I will replace it. That's okay. Okay, fine. That's all for today. Thank you. Sorry? SAS lo? Okay. Wherever it is red, it will give 1 and it will give R. 4 places I have team red, so 4 places will get these values. Okay. Okay, I'm done, guys. Thank you. That's all for today. Bye all. Happy weekend. From next weekend onwards, you know, I'm planning to, you know, take C-Disc sessions for you. Please be available for next weekends. Hopefully the timing would be around 8:30. Okay, so 8:30 will be the timings. Hopefully. Chalo. Bye, guys.